Hey friends, it's me again. Sorry. I want to use this video as kind of a further explanation to some topics that Logan touched on in his terms video that he did earlier. And I want to preface this with saying that it doesn't matter what titles you want to say that you are, because, or I guess what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter if you don't know what titles to call yourself. Because I'm going to use an analogy. If you have a favorite color, but you have no idea what to call that color, it's still your favorite color. It's still valid. You just have no idea what it's called yet. It's like a weird mix between green and purple, and there's no real word in the English language for it yet. And there might actually be a word for it, but nobody actually knows what that word is. So you have to go looking for it. And you might not find it for a long, long time. Kind of the same thing with titles like, for the longest time I didn't know what pansexual was. I didn't know what asexual was. Speaking of asexual, that's kind of what I talk about in this video. Again, I'm new to the community, I don't know everything, but asexual means that, asexual is very weird because there are many different subcategories of asexuals, if that makes sense. Like, there are asexuals who are sex repulsed and they want nothing to do with sex. They're just kind of like, please just no, not at all. There are asexuals who are okay with sex on some levels, like watching porn or reading smut fanfics or something like that. But they don't want to have sex at all. There are some asexuals who are okay with having sex, but only in certain situations. There are asexuals who would like to have sex, but only because they themselves won't get as much out of it, but they want their partner but they know that their partner would really like it and they want to do something special for their partner, and they get something out of it because, bodily biology, McGawkins, you feel pleasure from having sex. Sorry if this topic is really weird, I'll put a warning in the start, like in the description thingy. Yeah, there's just so many different ways that you can be asexual, and there are so many ways that you can be pansexual and all the other titles in the world. And there's no real title for the specifics of that title. And that's okay. If you can just say, I am my title. It's a little bit weird for me, though, because XYZ, if you want to talk about it. If you don't really want to talk about it, you can just say, I'm this title, and leave it at that. If people want clarification, you can give it to them if you feel like it. It's up to you. With me, my general rule is, if I know that you're not going to freak out over my title and how I feel about things, and you want to know more about it, then sure, I'll give you some information to the best of my ability, as I'm doing right now. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say for this video. Touch in on asexuality because I am, and different titles and how people feel about it. Yeah. Hope you guys learned something. If you would like some more information on the subject, I'll be glad to, the plan is, if I get 1 or 2 messages, I'll answer them on the blog. If I get many messages about asexuality or titles or whatever, then, could you please explain more about this subject, then I'll see what I can do about that. But if it's like, oh, I feel like this towards people, and I have no idea what that means. Like a friend of mine was lithsexual, which For the purposes of time, I'll just briefly explain it. I think it's something like, because I haven't read up on this way too much, just bear with me as I'm actually looking it up right now, please don't. It's basically when you have sexual attraction to someone, but don't really, like, once the feelings are, like, basically it would be, I want to have sex with you, to your partner, but once you get to the moment, you're kind of like, I'm scared now, please don't. That's what that is. And there's many other weird titles and, well, not weird, but awesome and interesting titles in the world. And if you want a title explained to you, or if you want if you want confirmation that a title exists, or you want to know if what you feel is akin to a title, then yeah, you can ask me, and I'll gladly look it up for you, because it's a subject that I'm quite fond of. Anywho, I've rambled for a little bit too much on this subject, but that's what this thing is here for. Have a nice day, everyone.